Like him. Yo, I'm Mac.
Yes, sir. Your boy Alexis. Let's get it. Let's get it.
We back at the courthouse. Welcome to the Judge That's Not podcast. Of course, we got my boy Dame in the building. He's doesn't exist no more, I guess.
Doesn't exist. He's happy as could be over there. He's happy as could be though.
And we got some guests.
Very excited. Two
Very
very dear friends of mine right here on this couch right now. Miss V and Miss Erica right now in the building.
In the building.
And they brought us all the herbs.
Y'all should see this table, man. They
we
got me lifted
spread
right now.
Yep, we got the whole spread going on.
They got me high naturally.
We levitating.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right in. You guys both have interesting lives, you know what I mean? I think we all kind of do too. But yeah, let's dive right into it. Like we was talking about before, right?
Yeah. Let's do it. I'll let you.
That's what we're gonna start with. Do you ever? Well, we did have a little bit of backstory talking about the life. We kind of focus on like the stripper scene, strip club life type of thing. So we could dive right into it. Let me see. My question was, because we were supposed to have some other guests on here at strip clubs, so we kind of wanted to talk about that. My question was, let's kick it off, was what do you think, why do you think men throw money? And like what's going through your mind, how you take it back years ago when you were in that lifestyle and were dancing, like what were you thinking and what
just for correction, one's a strippers here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's life.
But what was going through your mind basically when people was throwing money at you? Because I think like we were talking about, a lot of people throw money for different reasons. A lot of people dance for different reasons. But like you specifically, what was going on?
I think it just depended on each day. I definitely wasn't thinking about the person throwing it.
Yeah.
It could have been the person I was with I was fighting with them, or it could be so many things. It definitely wasn't that. But one thing that I could not stand was when they would like bunch up the dollars and throw them. Like I didn't like that, like at all.
Completely changed it, huh?
Because they were like tossing them.
I mean, it seemed like it was a form of disrespect.
Yeah, like it just didn't make me feel comfortable. Like I didn't like that. And when I worked and when I was dancing really to make money, like because that's how I paid my bills. So it wasn't like I don't know the minds of other like dancers, and don't get me wrong, like I love going to strip clubs and I love showing them love and doing that in a respectful way. But when folks show up and they do those things in a disrespectful way, it's fucked up, and I don't like that. And so I think that's how I feel when they used to throw it. I didn't even want the dollars. I would when they would come pick up my money, I would tell them I don't want those. Like
so that was like a common thing, like for people to do that.
So it was usually like, I mean, ironically on like $2 Tuesdays. So folks were in there like. On
She's like, I remember them $2 Tuesdays.
And I worked at Hustler Club in Redlands, and so it was like it was big, like so people were like further away, so they weren't there and throwing them. Although there were like a few like assholes that did do it, like when they were there and they would like try to like aim and shit, and like I think as like a society, like I think that women are sexualized, or in a way where like even if I do put my body out there and even if I am naked, you still need to respect my body. It doesn't like mean that you can disrespect me.
Cats get real demeaning real quick up in there.
I'm smiling at you because I was thinking about something, because when you was talking about throwing money up and you saying that the stage was kind of far from people. Do you think it'd have been better, or would it be better if they just had like slot for bills, like they had people at their table and they just kind of like feed the machine?
I mean, they could just walk up and like put it down, or they could just hand it to
Yeah,
you.
but
and walk
But
out.
like, you trying to create a mechanism.
No, but
They actually had a slot, like they actually had installed one where you could put it in and it would rain like the money on there, but that had to be $20 or more. So I don't think they had $20 to like give.
That's crazy.
That remind me of the where you put the dollar in and the window go up.
Yeah. That's,
They had that in the city.
Yep.
So funny story, like
Wait, that sounds like a sex shop, like
it
a
was-
video arcade?
No, it was a sex shop. It was a sex shop, but in the back you would go. But it was the funny story is being young, because I was 18 in high school, so that was kind of like my rite of passage for everybody, like all my partners that turned 18, because then we were able to go in there. I was like, oh, bro, you 18? I'm taking you somewhere tomorrow night. Woo, woo. So we would go there, and I would be like, all right, bro, let's go to the back. I'm about to show you something. What you showing me, bro? Like, they be all nervous. And then some of them, I damn near had to push their ass up in there. Cause, hey, bro, what they gonna do, bro? They was scared. And I'd push them in, put the money in. And then them motherfuckers come out smiling, bro. Let me get another $1, bro.
Wait, do they still have those? Because I
It's
wanted
been
to
years.
experience something like that, like
get another
always,
dollar.
because in the movies,
yeah.
like it would come up and they would be
Yeah.
like dancing or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely. You know what? That was like the original. What's the shit right now? The OnlyFans. How you just get teased a little bit. Oh, give me some more money.
That's a good
I'll let you-
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was the original version of that, because that window going down and she was doing something. You'd be like, man, let me get. That's what they were.
hold on, what you doing? What you doing?
Yeah. So that's what that reminded me of. Yeah, that's hella funny.
It was right next to.
It's right out Broadway.
It's right next to Hustler Club in SF.
By
It's
the
right
foot
there.
fetish place?
I don't know about that spot.
Ooh, what
but
foot
okay.
fetish?
They got a foot fetish place?
Yeah, like.
I know people who like sell feet and shit like that, but I never knew they had like a place for it. Like, hey,
No,
come
yeah,
in
I
here.
used
That's
to have.
crazy.
I used
That's
to
dope.
have a customer that like was like into feet, and I remember like I knew he was gonna come, so I washed my feet because I was like, "That's hella gross." Like I'm not gonna give him my feet. He was like, "Next time, don't wash your feet," and I was like, "Ooh." And I mean, literally, I would just sit and like give him my foot, but I was just like, "You hella weird." Like I don't even want to have you. Like it was just weird.
Really?
And he was.
You could
White.
never like get wrapped in your mind like, man, fuck it, I'll play along with this.
No,
weird
it was
kinky
just like
shit.
that killer vibe too.
Oh,
like he's
okay.
like just
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, got you.
I wanna ask you. I guess I'm gonna ask you this question first. What made you transition into being a stripper? Like, what brought you there? I guess. Did you just think it was just like easy way to make some money? Like it was just like an easy thing to do, or just?
That's a good one. Like, what was it like? Did you try so many other things? And you were like, man, you know what? If this last job don't work out, fuck it, I'm stripping. Or was it like
Was
more
it
sooner in your process of like jobs and careers and all that type of stuff?
No, I definitely like planned it. I like processed it. I had ran away from home when I was 16 years old, and like I had just been out like on the streets, and I was just kind of like, yeah, how am I gonna make money where I can just like be on my own in my own space and like
The independence.
just like have the things that I want, because I also I grew up with all of these things, so I know that I need all of these things, but also like I want the freedom of like being able to be me. So I remember I used to live in San Fernando Valley, and I was calling places, and most places were like I was already thinking about it before I turned 18. Like, because I knew that I was gonna be like 18, like I was like ready to like, okay, like I could do it. But I didn't feel comfortable of doing fully nude. Like I was just kind of like, well, maybe I'll just like waitress or like do something. And then I remember Erica, like I had gone to a party with her and or not even a party. I used to hang out with Erica and like one of her friends that was in that industry, and I
Thanks,
remember,
Erica.
yeah. And I remember she was like, "Okay, here you go, like do it," and like we kind of played around, and like I ended up dancing, and I danced fully nude for like 6 months, but I couldn't, like, I could not deal with what it was, like. And then I found Hustler, which was like the only strip club that you could be under 21 and dance topless. And that's when like I transitioned over to that. And I was able to get my apartment, and like I didn't have my shit right, but I was partying, and I like
Doing
took
the things that
taxis
you like to do.
everywhere, and I had people doing everything for me. Like I would pay for that, and it was fun. If I was dancing right now though, I'd be so much smarter with my money. Like it's just different.
That's- yeah, that's
but
dope.
We
to
always
long-winded
say that.
answer, I mean, I needed to make
You needed
money,
money.
quick because I made money. Like, and I'm a hard worker to this day, but it wasn't enough to really put a roof over my head, give me like laundry facility, give me the pots and pans, give me the food that I like, give me all of these things. Like, it wasn't sustainable to even just work at a minimum wage job.
Right. When you started, was it like a daily thing, or was it like a weekend thing?
And no, it was Monday through Friday, like 11 to 5. I was on the day shift because the person that I was with allowed that, like was comfortable with that. So I had the weirdos that like kind of came in during the day
Snuck-
and
yeah,
like
that's-
just,
that
like,
snuck in at
just
on
weird.
work break?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
hella weird.
Not so much the party guys, more the I just want to
like-
see
I like
somebody.
a good daytime. 3
No,
o'clock.
but-
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it'd be
3
chill.
o'clock, but 3 o'clock's already like we're already transitioning.
You don't want the
to
motherfuckers coming in on
they're-
Friday night like,
they-
yo, what's up, girl? Shake, come on now, come on
No.
That's
now.
what I was thinking.
Okay, so
I'm
no,
like,
maybe you're right on that end. But during the day, you actually made more money because usually it was more like that. But at that time, it wasn't fun for me. Like, it was boring. Like, I'm like,
I
there's
get you.
like fucking,
Yeah.
the music ain't like hype. It's not hype.
And I feel like in that industry, like, you will have to like feel it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not like feeling the vibe or whatever, you just kind of like,
Yeah, like, it just wasn't like that. And I remember, like, I ended up breaking up with this person, and I went to night shifts, and
he's like, damn, I just tripled my
but it
money
was,
over
but
this.
I think it's the same thing that I was chasing, like, of like avoiding and like partying, and because I never drank either, like the whole, even though like I probably could sneak drinks in, I never drank when I danced. I was completely sober.
Would you say that's pretty rare? Because in my experience, I've seen a lot of dancers be drinking on the job.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rare, and like I think that I started to drink, and like that's when I got introduced to prescription pills, and like that's when shit went that way. But that's not how I got introduced to drugs, because I did drugs before I even got into dancing. But in that moment of dancing, like I did it fully sober. Like I was sober. Like, I mean, I would smoke weed, but I don't really feel like weed is like.
Yeah.
We're not even
But
gonna
my
even-
ex didn't like me smoking because she'd be like, "Oh, you feeling all sexy?" It's like, well, if that's how I feel, show up. Well, maybe.
So,
like,
do you think you started the prescription drugs and shit, like started drinking during the job because you kind of felt like you didn't want to do it a lot, and you were just trying to numb
no, I
yourself?
wanted to do it. I don't ever do anything I don't want to do. I was like very I had fun. It was because I wanted to feel a certain way.
Got you.
And
You just wanted to party.
yeah,
pretty
like
much,
I wanted to party, but I also had a dear friend that I'm still friends with, and we were like, it was my turn to drink, and she would take care of me, and vice versa. Like,
Well, I guess my question was like, what made you start if you didn't do it when you started dancing?
I turned 21, so I was able to drink in the club.
Gotcha. But you could have did the prescription drugs before that too.
Yeah, but they hadn't been.
It wasn't like popping like
Nobody
that.
ever
Like,
showed them to me. Like, I
it wasn't
didn't-
accessible.
No, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know
gotcha,
about
gotcha.
them. Like,
Fair enough.
I'm very curious and risky, so I'm like, hey, what's that?
it's gay.
Curiosity kills the
Hey,
cat.
but shout out to good, beautiful women like my roommate that did show you that. She took you in and was like, "Let me show you how to dance. Let me show you how to do this, do that. Don't do this."
Yeah.
Like, shout out to her. Like,
helped me.
and she helped hella girls out there. So I think
Is she a manager now?
No. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right,
Unfortunately,
let's
the
just,
life
let's
caught the
move on.
best of
Yeah,
her.
let's
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
on.
Part of it.
But I think in the strip scene, there's good women that take care of like
Each other.
new girls in there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like there's the other side too.
Yeah, a lot of them prey on them. Yeah, I've been around
Yeah.
those too. Yeah. I've
Speak,
been around them.
yeah. Speaking of that, Miss Erica, you wanna you have a little background in behind the scenes of that world. You wanna dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, I think the night scene period, I really don't think there's a difference between the nightclub industry and the strip club industry and any type of nightlife, the bar industry. I've been in the nightlife industry for a long time because it was an easy job to get as a masculine presenting woman. Like, you couldn't just get a regular job easy. It was not like, I'm apply and get a job, even though I could do the job. So I got linked up in the nightclub industry, and it was a beautiful thing. Honestly, I got introduced to some really good people, had some really good connections, and lived in LA and lived that sort of nightlife. Had them odd hours where it was like, getting home at 5 in the morning and sleeping in. But I think, to me, I think I even had told you, like, if you're trying to get your shit together, you should dance. Like, I used to tell people that all the time, or even I would see, like, young folks trying to get their shit together and be like, they'd be like, how you got all this or that? And I'd be like, why don't you get in the scene? Like,
It's fucked up to say because I tell people that.
like, yeah.
People look at me like I'm an asshole, like I'm just trying to be like, I'm just feel like, damn, girl, if you struggling, shit.
Yes. No,
What-
it's
like-
real talk.
Like
It's
it
real
doesn't
talk.
make any sense to me. Like it's the easiest thing that you can do. If you hurting, then fuck it.
It totally is. And if you know what, even if you like, oh, I don't want to get up early. Okay, then go be a bar back, go be a bouncer, go be secure. Get in the nightlife. Like if you maneuver right through those places, it can actually teach you a lot of discipline too.
Yeah.
If you got discipline and you in the nightlife,
And that's the hard part.
that's
that
yeah.
life
'Cause-
sucks a lot of people in.
Oh yeah, it's easier said than done, and I'm in a very privileged place to even be able to talk here because plenty of nights that I could have not made it through that night shift, and it wasn't like I was not at work, but I was always in that scene. And I think though, that scene, if you out there already risking your life and all kinds of shit and into things, might as well just get in there and at least you guarantee some cash. You at least guaranteed.
What would you say? What was the craziest shit that you probably seen or experienced? without pointing out anybody, but just like,
yeah, I seen it all. I don't think there's nothing I haven't seen.
well, just give us something. Give us some wild shit.
What do you want to hear?
I've seen like, activities. With drugs, sexual activities, partying activities, people
How about
destroying
this? When was
luxurious things for the fun of it. I've seen.
what was the first thing that you seen that was just like, damn, okay, this is what we doing?
Ooh.
So think about the first time that you got
That's
into
what you
this
know
life.
there's a lot. She having to
Yeah,
go through
yeah,
years
she got
and years.
But that's the reason why I'm saying like the first time,
You
like
Asian my
because
boo
you
over there. Years and years and years and years.
you know way back when,
Hey, I do got years and years. I'm a fine wine.
So just like when you first got into it, like as soon as you got 21, whatever the case was, and like what was the first thing that you probably seen that was just like, damn, these motherfuckers here wilding.
I think I got invited because some executives from some place was flying in, and my friend was like, hey, my clients are flying in, you want to come hang out with us for the night? And I was like, I gotta go hit up this one place and do this. She's like, don't worry, I got you everything. What kind of money you want? I got you. You're gonna be my person, like my bouncer tonight. Screw the club. And I was like, okay, fine. Let's go.
What's up?
We went, met these folks. We got picked up in some car. Who knows? I'm like, where are we going? Who these people? She's like, I don't even know their name. Like, to be real, I can't pronounce their name. And I was like, oh, it's like that. We don't even speak the same language. We get there, and then she's like, wait, I gotta go pick up, this other girl, and whoop-de-woo, and we're gonna get there. So we end up going to this hotel, and they got a penthouse, and I'm talking, it's bigger it's the biggest. It's probably the biggest hotel room I've ever been in my damn life. It's like huge, and it's multiple stories. It's not one story. It's like we talking like a 3-story penthouse.
That's what's up.
Yep, we in there, and then we talking like
Damn,
some
I didn't-
folks where I'm like,
I didn't even know that shit existed. Bro.
oh, no, we got it's like a presidential penthouse.
Gotcha.
We in there, and they're like, you put your stuff down, we'll go to dinner. We went downstairs. There's a private dining area. There was no one around. We were escorted through the back, a kitchen, blah, blah, like private. No one saw us. And my friends, I'm talking dressed to the nines. She looked like she out for the party, and ain't no one dressed like that in that whole place. And I mean, she was someone that caused attention too. She was a well-known porn star too. And so we're walking there, we go back up, partying for the night. They ended up bringing up all kinds of people, but we had like a private room that they kept us in. Like we can go to that room at any time, and in that room there was anything you wanted and everything you wanted. And there was like cash too, just chilling, like cash. Like literally, she was like, "Oh, I'm filling up my backpack,
room.
filling up my backpack and stuff like that." And she disappeared for a few hours, wilding out. We came back. I'm like, "Where's that bag from?" We leaving with a duffel bag of money. Just take off into the night, and that's the G-rated version. But yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we want the X-rated version.
But y'all I know you got a good imagination, so I'm sure.
No, I don't. I'm terrible at it.
And wait, the craziest part too is that there were workers there that, you know, could serve, like do the serving and stuff. These people had their private workers. They did not want no one coming through them doors. So like if you needed refills, anything, they had their own waiters, all that stuff.
Non-disclosures.
It was a
That's
very
upper echelon
That's why we got
shit.
that. Yeah. No. There's been all kinds of places like that.
And did you feel like, oh shit, like? In
I
that
was
moment,
like-
what were you
Was you ever
thinking?
scared at any point?
Nah, anytime that I've been scared, it's always because people's energy versus the environment. I
that
can
makes
maneuver
sense.
myself around things that don't get up.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like-
now other people,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sometimes the wrong people have too much power, and I could sense that a mile away, and nah, we ain't going with you tonight.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
That makes sense.
We've had people invite us places where I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, just don't feel the intuition kick in. It's like,
nope.
nah.
Nope.
I think the intuition saves too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it kind of goes back to that thing of like, kind of like saying like, oh, like if you need money, just go like dance, right? But not everyone has like the strength
Yeah,
to
for
just
sure.
like get
For
out
sure,
of
for
it.
sure.
And that's why like I like have been trying to convince Erica to have like a house where I'm like the mother of like these people that come into the homes.
Madame.
And we're like trying to do that, but like I was telling my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm like, not everyone has the strength or the prayers or the people, because I had my family there that were like wanting to, they were like, come back, but I was just wilding out. Not everyone has that. There's people that don't have anyone, and they you get sucked into that sometimes you don't. I mean, people are doing the same shit in the same place that I was doing 15 years ago.
but I
Like,
also think some people don't want to leave. You don't
Yeah.
gotta want to leave.
but you don't want to leave too, I think, because you don't know anything.
No,
Well, of
no. What if
Then
you
not.
just like really like it though?
I
Like
mean,
some
yeah,
people,
there's people that
like
like it.
that shit. Like you don't want to leave that lifestyle. There's plenty of people that's what they want for themselves, and
Yep.
it's really hard for us to comprehend, or for myself, I should say, like, why you still want to be doing that shit? That's what they really
Yeah,
love.
but I think a lot of it is because they don't know. It's comfortability. It's like this is what they know. This is what they like to do. So why even try anything else? Because I find that mentality is like the same thing as a hood mentality. It's just like you can't really tell them nothing else because they don't know nothing else. You feel me? It's like, oh, why don't you gonna do this, man? Fuck that, man. I'm out here getting money. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I love this shit. I love being a hood star. Whatever the case is, it's like you can't really tell them nothing because they don't know nothing else. So I don't really think they like it only because they haven't experienced anything else. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely sucked in. Some get sucked into certain things. Like I've dealt with strippers, been dancing for a month or two, and that whole I'm only gonna do this for 6 months and stack up, and I'm gonna open up a salon, do. See them a few months later, tatted up. Now they busting dates.
What does
see him a year later.
tatted up have anything
No,
to
I
do
mean
with
a
it?
name tatted like a pimp, like they're getting down now. They done got
yeah,
tatted
yeah,
up
yeah.
their pimp's name
Oh,
to where
okay.
this.
So
this-
they now, like, it's now something else.
Yeah, to where their intentions were to be, just like a dope boy, whatever. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
in, I'm gonna bust his leg, I'm gonna get out. Woo woo. That life does suck a lot of people in.
Definitely.
And just like you said, it has to discipline. If you ain't got discipline,
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's the same thing though in the corporate side of life. Like you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
your own little desk
exactly.
job,
Yeah.
then you in there, and then you get comfortable with that too,
Yeah, for sure.
and never want
Yeah.
more for
No,
yourself.
sure.
and I think
So-
it's okay to dance.
It
or to do
definitely works
whatever,
both ways,
But if
for
you
sure.
have your shit like, okay, I'm a dance. Like if I was to be dancing right now, like there'd be a lot because there was so much money coming in. But if you're like, okay, we have a plan, we have this, we're doing A, B, and C to do that, then I think I'm not knocking anybody's hustle down, but when you go into that cycle of, and I think it comes to that when women go into like sex working and stuff, I think that we're following a like lifestyle because you end up popping bottles and in this place and you're like chasing that hype more than even like survival. Like it's more of like keeping up with that.
it's clout chasing.
And then you end up getting addicted to drugs. You end up getting like into abusive like relationships. And it's usually a pattern of the behavior that was modeled by whatever we saw like in our upbringing. Like it's like what we know. And so there comes like a moment of like self-awareness and enlightenment within ourselves. We could be like, oh, like that's what I was lacking, because I think at the end of the day, when you're talking about like in the hood and in gangs and stuff, you belong to that community because you feel like you belong.
Exactly.
So that's why you're attracted to
Exactly.
that. It's not like, yes, like those things aren't.
But you really
Healthy.
don't think someone could like it?
No, you can. I mean, like I told you, I like it. Like I'm down to
Like,
go
I
dance
think-
for a night. Like
But-
I love the environment.
I don't think
that.
she was saying that. She was just saying they don't see anything else though, to know anything else. So it's like you're only like if I only ate cookies and be like, shit, this shit is good, but I never had like an Oreo cookie or some shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but
But
I
see,
like this. This shit is good.
I don't think that. I think that some people could literally just like it. Like I don't think that everybody like thinks that certain unhealthy things are unhealthy to them.
I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of like I like to drink alcohol, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink this hard kombucha because I actually like it. I like to be altered.
Right.
I've stopped doing all of these other drugs and I've stopped doing all of these things. So if I want to fucking drink kombucha, like that's what I'm gonna do. Like because I think that I will always have that risky side of me. I'm always down to do things. If I'm in the mood and I'm like vibing, that is like my personality type where I like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna get me to a place of peace. And I think that's maybe that's where
But what
I'm
if?
getting to it.
But I think that's kind of what you were saying. But what if that is their piece? Like
That's
what
what I'm saying,
What
yeah.
if they?
but is it?
I mean, it could be.
I think so. So because
I don't
look,
know.
because
I'm
but
not
that's
there, so I don't. Really don't know.
I said this to my boy earlier, like, cause he was talking about like, we should all just be getting along in the world. I was like, but what if I like doing bad shit?
correct. And
So-
some people do because you can't have
What if giving you a frown makes me smile?
correct. You
But
can't-
hurt people.
But who's to say?
Yes, but hurt people. But if you're hurt, look, if the actions that you do reflect what you feel inside, that's what you want. If you can't change within, you're not going to act differently. So whatever we do, whether our mouth says we don't like it or we do like it, your actions
For sure.
are putting
That's
that
a
into
fact.
movement. It does not matter. Like our mouth, if we could just sew it up and you would be like, show me, that would just do so much more.
That's
We
a
get
fact.
so caught up with people's marketing, and that's the mouthpiece.
Right, but if you don't know that, if you haven't been shown that, if you haven't been taught that, if you haven't felt that, how are you gonna know, or how are you gonna be able to give that
Because
if you
your
don't
mouth,
know it?
but what you're not understanding is that I think the mouth helps you hide what you're not happy with. So if
But you
were,
don't. But sometimes I think coming from a
hold
place
on.
of
So if you were not forced, like let's say you're not happy with what you're doing, but you couldn't say you were happy doing it, then your actions would actually change that because you don't have a mouth to hide behind. Often we stay in these actions we don't like, or things like if I'm a dancer, I don't like dancing, but when I'm like using my mouth and hyping it up and being like, I like it, I don't give a shit, I'm making all this money, but deep down inside, I'm not happy. It's the mind and the mouth that allows you to say another story. If we didn't have this, you're stuck with what you feel all the time. You can't convince people otherwise. Then you would have to do the work. Because that's why we don't like to be silent. That's why we don't like to be quiet. We don't like to be alone because then you're stuck with all this. So what I'm saying is you could also really like that kind of life because you are making the decision to not sit with what's right here, and your actions are still saying, I like to be here, no matter what I feel here.
I hear that, and I definitely think that would be who it is because I never felt like, oh my gosh, I'm dancing. Like, I liked it, and I can still do it. But I think there's a certain, like, chemical that's being produced in that moment that is, like, that is what is bringing me that, like, that
rush.
I love the hype. I fucking love that shit.
That's why I
like, and that's
too
what
with
I'm
that.
saying. Like, I think that, like, that's just me. Like, I mean, my parents are creative parents, music, like dancing, like that's just like, I like it. Like, I enjoy entertaining. Like, I mean, I was like entertaining at like senior citizen homes at like 10, 12 years old. I would call and be like, oh, do you all want some entertainment? And me and my little girl group would go and like perform. Like, that is like part of like, I like it now. Like, because I'm doing topless, it isn't like there's not a difference. I mean, we go to Zoomanity and Vegas and it's okay because now it's different. I love to enjoy. I love the thrill of things. I love that.
That brings me to another question. Did you like it because you enjoy dancing or performing, or did you just like the attention that you were getting?
Or a mixture of both.
I definitely liked.
Like, did you like the feeling that people gave you when you were doing these performances?
Because I block most of that out when I'm dancing.
So you would say that you would.
It was just more. I think it depended. Like, if the energy was high, then I liked that.
Gotcha.
I remember I was on house arrest because I had got a DUI. And I was wearing leg warmers. And I have little legs. So I'm like, these leg warmers don't fucking look cute. Like, they're not cute. So I remember I took them off on stage. And then everyone was like, oh. And I was dancing to, like, It Ain't No Fun. And, like, it hyped it up. But I'm silly. Like, I like attention in a more, like, silly way. Like, where I'm, like, being that way. Like, my authentic self. Yeah. But not because I don't feel like when I'm trying to appear as like sexually or that way, I'm not confident with that. Like, that's not like who I really am.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why
like
I asked
silly.
you. Yeah, that's kind of why I asked you, like, on the attention base, because obviously attention can be anything, and it was kind of just that. It really didn't necessarily have to be like sexualized, but if you just like the attention, period, like the good vibes or whatever the case is. Like, say if you was dancing and you probably got more good vibes than bad at the club or whatever. So is that, I guess what I'm saying, is that what you enjoyed about it, or was it just the dancing in general that you enjoyed about it?
I mean, yeah, I think that's a good question. And I think that, like, I think in that time I probably didn't know, but it definitely was attention. Like, I lacked attention as a child. Like, that is what I wanted. Like, and although, like, I got attention from so many people around me, the attention that I needed from my, like, mother, and not because she was absent in a way that there could be so many ways that she was absent, but because she was, like, working all the time and doing that. But that has taken me 34 years to, like, see, like, oh, like, and it's, like, subconsciously. But yes, I think it is attention. It's like, oh, they see me. Like, hey, like, I'm here. Like, I exist.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that was kind of where one of my original questions with the money thing, because I basically was trying to say, like, even just the way you enjoyed the attention and everything. I think on the male point of view, when they're actually throwing the money, that has a lot of roots in attention too. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I've been in the driest strip clubs ever. It'd be me and two of my partners, and we're making it rain like a motherfucker.
Yeah, getting VIP tables like
you guys,
when no one's there.
Yeah, y'all witness to that. But in retrospect, like I thought back, and I would just be like, man, that shit, like, not this one wasn't with y'all, was with some other guys, and I'm like, damn, we really was busting bands down for this girl, and I kid you not, like, we damn near wasn't even looking at the girl. It became like a pissing contest at that point. You know what I mean? Between us men. So that's why I always like to ask, I like to ask dancers, like, what's going through your mind? What do you think is going through our mind when we're actually throwing the money? Because a lot of times it's really don't have nothing to do with what's going on the stage. It's me flexing on this whole building.
Oh, of course.
I done threw
Facts.
money and
But
walked out.
I think it depends on the amount. Like if you're throwing $1 or $2, like
Well,
I'm
that's-
like, bitch,
that's-
like what's
that's where I wanted to
poppin'?
get to. I
If
think-
you throw in a lot of dollars, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go after and we can go talk to him so that we can continue this money flow. But like when you're just doing like that,
So check
and we
the-
already know because mostly it's regulars like at places,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
already know like what's
Yeah.
popping.
So check this out. Like me personally, and I can admit this, I'm on the I guess you would say the insecure shallowness would come out. And I've actually made it like literally got up. I know I'm leaving and I'll make it rain. I'll make it, like a little $100 or whatever. Won't even look and just walk out. Because my high is everybody seeing that and being like, damn, this motherfucker just threw that, didn't even get nothing, didn't get a lap dance, didn't do nothing. So it's like in my mind, it was almost like a tactic, because like I know the next time I come in here, they're gonna remember me. They're gonna be like, hey, boy, that motherfucker, he got money. Like, so they're either gonna flock to you, or even from the male's point of view, like, men do that. You know what I mean? Like we go in somewhere, we want to feel like we the man, like we outdid everybody. So what better way is to flex and throw some money and walk out like this? None of this phases me. You know what I mean? So I just was like saying that because that kind of shit goes through men's minds. You know what I mean? It's not always like, ooh, girl, she thick, I'm trying to make it. It ain't. Sometimes it
think
ain't got nothing to do with them.
I think
you
it's
know?
crazy that you brought that up because I literally trained my trail of thought not to be like that. Like I literally spent a very good chunk of my life like not just completely doing the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm that's part of the reason why I told you like I didn't drink or smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody expect me to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like everything becomes like a challenge thing with me. You feel me? Like I had stopped. I mean, I started drinking everything else again. Not like alcohol, but like soda and shit. Because I had stopped drinking soda and shit for like I want to say like 2 years, and I was drinking nothing but water, and only because I was in competition with myself.
Yeah.
Only because I did it for like a week, and I just said, "Oh, I want to see how low I can go," and I ended up fucking doing that shit for a long period of time, and it now became a thing. So when somebody offered me some, I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to drink that. I'm gonna break my streak. It's like I'm always in competition with myself. So with that, it's kind of like I try to make sure I don't get insecure about certain things or feel a way about certain things, because that's what keeps me like leveled and grounded with myself. Like people always tell me all the time, like, "Oh man, why you be acting like that with that?" And it's just like, cause that's the shit that keeps me in line. Like I have boundaries for myself, and if I cross those boundaries, then I'm becoming a whole other person that I tried to get rid of in the first place. So I have to have these guidelines because it keeps me where I'm at. And if I go past it, then it's a fucking problem. So yeah, to your point, it's just like I can't cross that path. So I like I wear what I want to wear, I do what I want to do because I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just because I created that personality, because if I worry about how people think of me, then now I'm just catering to everybody that I come in contact with. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that a part of that is in
Fuck
doing
you,
that?
Al. I don't wanna
Hey,
hear
I'm
your
just
bullshit.
saying, I'm just saying, let's get deep. So a part of that is, do you think a part of that is basically you almost doing the same thing but just like in a different way by saying I don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna be doing this and that. You're almost standing out. You know what I mean? Like you're doing the same thing but in a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not for me to stand out though. That's the thing. Like my intentions is not to be, I'm finna be different. That's not my intentions. It's just that I just question everything. Why is everybody doing the same shit? And why do they want me to do it too? Like what is the purpose of all this shit? Like like when I started wearing Cortezes like a while back or whatever. People was like, why the fuck you wearing Cortezes? To me, I like them. They cheap as fuck and they comfortable. And it's just like, I don't give a fuck. Just because I'm not wearing to me, when somebody says something is in, is mind boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me you're wearing this because everybody's wearing it? Like I don't understand that. I don't understand that logic. You feel me? Yeah. So that's the reason why I never understood fashion. I think fashion is a fucking joke to me. It's just like fashion is a fucking joke to me.
Tell that to Cruella.
No, look, I don't.
It's a good movie.
Fashion. Wait,
fashion doesn't mean you're doing what's in.
Listen, that's what I'm about to get to. I don't mean it as in like you not caring like what you wear or some shit like that. I'm just meaning like as far as being in with the
like
time,
trendy,
trendy. Because that's basically how fashion works. Like they present some shit and be like, hey, this is what everybody's doing, and everybody just start buying this shit. But if you are just wearing what you want to wear, then that's a whole different type. You just like to look fly.
The term is
transient. Like where they're like, oh, so and so's wearing that, so they're wearing it, but there's no intention and they don't look good in it. Doesn't fit the body, or it's just like
but we got to remember that not everybody. I mean, if people can't even do some healing self work, not everybody can dress themselves either. So you're always gonna have people that follow the trends.
I hear that. Yeah, for sure.
So
I hear that.
You're always gonna have people that look at the window and be like, let me get that.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody can put an outfit together, and then some people. That's the worst part is some people think they can.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you really want to.
And it's crazy that you just brought that up because I know people that's be like you just talking shit about that jacket or whatever the day ago, but now you see so and so, you like, oh man, I'm saying this is what's there right now. I'm just like, what?
But I'm so tripping out on the money thing because I find the money tossing is like connection.
Yeah.
Really?
I find it like we connected now. That's what the point of.
I've had times of that, but
like connecting for a party too. I'm not even talking like connecting for anything else. Like I'm connecting for more friends, more vibes.
Yeah,
like you gonna come over here now. You gonna come chill with us, and we gonna vibe out. You gonna actually join.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it that way, but I can also see it on the disrespectful way of a man, like just like she was saying, like crumpled up dollars and shit. I feel like some people.
Yeah, that's like hella different.
I feel like some men go to the strip club to be like, man, fuck this bitch. Man, I ain't finna here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but also I think that what you said was like really beautiful, and I think that with Erica, like always is in competition with herself, which is something that like I am about everyone else, and I have came last for like 33 years, and now I practice putting myself first, but because there's always going to be something better. Like you can be kicking it and stuff, but that person walks in and they're like giving all this and be like, bye. So I think that it's a beautiful thing to be in competition with yourself because I mean, there's nothing greater than that than yourself. Yeah. And I think it's a beautiful thing, like, for both of y'all. Like, I see it in Erica, like, every day is like that. It is annoying sometimes because it's like, oh, God, like, very, like, arrogance and shit. And I'm like, hell. But it's because I also don't reach that. So, of course, it's going to be, like, annoying to me. But I think that is like the true gift of that, of having like that essence of doing that.
And I just think like the way I was raised, the way my mind played out my childhood, I just took it differently. So like I didn't grow up with anything, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up bummy as shit, but I didn't know that. So the clothes that I'm wearing, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm just thinking like, well, this is what I got at home. So whatever, you feel me? And I never really got made fun of like that, either that because I beat your ass. So it was just like what I had is what I had. So I didn't care. So that's why I'm not into fashion. Mm-hmm. It's because I never cared what I had on, as long as I had something to wear. So as long as I felt decent, I ain't tripping.
I think you care because you care. I think you care.
And the mirrors come out, man, you care.
Why did you think that?
Well, first of all, you had mentioned something about wearing the sweaters, and now everyone else is wearing them, and then you were like, oh, we gotta organize everything. It ain't looking right. I'm gonna sit right here, and
Damn. No, check this out. Let me
What
give you
you
some
saying about our
backstory.
mouth saying one thing?
I told
and then
you,
we saying
but I
that?
tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you why.
I know what you're telling me.
I know what your mouth
But what
saying.
you showing me?
Damn, that was a good ass point. You just shut my shit up.
Can I see that mirror, please?
I can't.
Oh yeah, the mirror. We were checking mirrors before this.
But listen. But that was for me though. It wasn't for how I appear to other people. Is what I'm saying.
100%.
That's all I was
That's
saying.
what's important.
But
Sounds good.
but
It's
that's
all about
but that's
us.
what I was like. It's a competition with myself. I care about this. I'm not. I said it before. Like I can put on some shit. My wife would be like, I don't like that. I'm like, so I do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing that you can tell me about it because I feel good wearing it. So it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's just how I feel about myself.
But
So-
then you love fashion. You just love it from your own perspective. You just don't love it from no one else's.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah,
have
yeah,
your aesthetics. You still have your fashion. You still
Yeah.
have your style.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I'm simple. Like that's my style. Like I like to be simple. So yeah, I guess you can say that.
Minimalist, but not minimalist.
Yeah. Like and as far as the shirt goes, like I chewed out Al for not wearing,
For not representing my own
for not
stuff.
representing this shit. So and I'm just like, bro, let's just be twins.
He try to be twins with me. Okay.
Do you think about what you're gonna wear if you go in the strip club? Like, how am I gonna look up there? How they gonna
See
see
that,
me?
but
The
that's
strip club.
see with me. That's my thing with that. Like
I went
I
with the
usually-
disco ball.
I
We
used to
were
be
Day of
fired
the
up.
Dead.
I'm not thinking about
We were
shit.
Day-
Oh yeah, we went to Day of the
That
Dead.
was. Oh my god! I don't even want.
Yeah, we got some wild strip club, nights.
Who goes there dressed like Day of the Dead? I'm talking like full makeup, skeleton.
painted.
And wipes it off in the bathroom.
That was you, not me.
Was that the night I was making it rain on the security people?
No, that was another night.
fucking
And we bought beaver bucks that we couldn't even spend anymore.
Oh yeah.
Okay, beaver butt.
Beaver bird.
No, we got
that shit
table.
was like Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
We got table service in an empty ass club. Like there was no one.
That
like,
motherfucker
we were the
looked
only
full as a
customers, and
motherfucker.
we
My
fucking
mom,
stupid. Hella dumb.
It was full of empty seats.
yeah.
I was like, look at all these
Look at
motherfuckers.
that
Yo,
motherfucker lit.
yo,
Hey.
pass me another bottle on this bitch.
Yeah. Sitting there with a
There's
drink
like
over there,
Two
man.
dancers the whole night.
God, hey,
What you tired, girl? Bitch, go
Hey.
sit down. Have a drink.
I can't sit down because I gotta go up again.
First, we went to go pay respects to everyone at the burial side. We were all being all like
man.
hella spiritual.
hella spiritual.
You
I mean,
ate
that's
hot dogs
spiritual
that
gangster
night.
shit.
I was
Remember?
fucked up for
And you
3
was
days.
Oh, the
vegan.
hot dog. You were vegan. You ate your
He
hot
said I
dog.
was fucked up for 3
Hey,
days.
bro, I was vegan, right, for a year and ate. Since we was drinking and shit, I'm like, man, I'm already drinking. I'll eat a fucking hot dog, the little city hot dog with the bacon on them and shit. I ate like 3 of them
You were
bitches.
looking for him too the whole
Bro,
night. You were like,
I'm
I want a
like,
hot dog tonight.
Hey, but
Bro.
how you gonna be vegan for a year and then go right to the cart, the hot dog cart?
Bruh.
He said, if I broke it, then fuck it. We
Bro,
here.
when I tell you I was on the couch shivering, I had the chills for like 3 days,
I
bro.
thought you were
Throwing
gonna
up.
say something.
He had COVID.
Nah, bro, that shit. I had COVID before it was COVID, man. I'm telling you, that shit was all
No,
bad.
that was called street dog. That's extreme. Now that's
That was-
extreme. Vegan for a year, you
Yeah.
goes right into the hot dog cart.
And like 3 of them, extra
could've eaten-
onions, all the shit.
That's how I felt yesterday because I had baby shower for my friend and there was carnitas and I was like, damn, those look good. I was like, but if I eat that shit, like
hurt.
it's not gonna go down.
Yeah, it's all
And-
bad.
but
Just like I was telling you about my whole water streak. Now I keep Sprite in the refrigerator, and I haven't had a
yeah?
Sprite in fucking 2 years, bro.
You fall all the way off.
I'm all the way off the wagon, bro. I'm
But
all the way
but
off.
it's technically like, do you not drink soda because of the caffeine or
No,
the
see,
sugar?
listen. The only reason why I was drinking water is because it wasn't for me to do it specifically. It was just that I wanted to have more water intake than anything else, and then it just became this fucking game in my head, and that's what happened.
Yeah, because I recently like stopped drinking. So I love bubbly drinks. Like I don't like flat anything. Like even like sparkling water is what I would
It don't
drink,
matter to me. As
but
long as it got
doesn't
sugar in it, I'm drinking
but
this shit.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't like sparkling water doesn't hydrate you the same as flat water. But I had to for like medical reasons, and so like no soda, caffeine, no coffee, no energy drinks. And I was like, holy shit, this is the first time probably in like 20 years or 30 years, because I grew up drinking soda, that I literally had like I still don't. So like kombucha is my thing that gives me like that bubbly stuff. But I like Diet Coke. Like I drink Diet Coke before I would be ordered like hella food with Diet Coke. People would be like, "You're ordering all that with Diet Coke?" I'm like,
Just
"I'm
like
not
the taste of it,
ordering
yeah.
Diet Coke because I'm on a diet. It's just I like how it tastes." But
Yeah.
the only benefit is like my teeth been whiter.
Yeah.
I think this was
That's interesting. I
this
feel like
was
we need to have some more them drunk night conversations for sure.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to do another episode on that.
You don't remember that night? That night, and then you was stripping too. You
Oh,
remember?
that's a given.
Oh yeah.
This one was
Look
stripping.
at Dame like this, motherfucker.
He was stripping.
Inside the strip club?
You was stripping inside the strip club. That's why we got.
I was
in
probably
trouble
trying
in
to
the
help
first
him.
All
place.
right, all right.
I thought about our engagement
We gonna
party,
save
though.
it. We gonna save it, man.
Let's wrap this with
Magic
part
Mike,
2.
Magic
Mike, part
To
2.
be continued.
We gonna wrap this up, man. Damn, I can't even hit the gavel. I'm like chilled and shit.
Hit the
Crystal
gavel.
Alexis to the stage.
But yeah, man, this is the Judges Now podcast, man.
That was
And,
very interesting. A lot of perspectives.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
was
mean?
that was deep.
Yeah, we're gonna sum it up with I really like that analogy. Like we could say all this and that, but if
Yeah,
we
that
didn't
was
have
deep.
no voice, our actions are saying everything. So yeah, let's leave with that note for sure. Yeah.
But that's another. Okay, let's just.
let's do it again,
'cause
yeah.
I'm ready.
And find your voice sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm barely finding mine.
Yep, for sure.
use it.
Same here. Same
Practice
here.
that throat chakra.
Yep, same
Ooh.
here. I appreciate you guys though. Looking forward to another one.
Yeah.
Shit, in a few minutes.
Damn.
Yeah. But we're going to make us a little bit of these herb drinks. So
Yes.
we'll see what we're going to get
Shout
into.
out to Mud Water, man. We've been off that. The mud's at the bottom now, so.
Oh, yeah. I like the herb ones now.
Yeah. Oh, you know that shit's with you. Yeah,
good.
we popping those.
We're gonna get into some Palo Santo bitters right now with
Yeah.
some like.
I gotta take a piss though. So.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
thank you though.
right.
Thank you all.
Great.
We out of here. Hit the gavel.
Yeah, hit the gavel, smack.
The crystal. Hit the crystal.